Okay. Hello, everyone and anyone who wants to join and come on and watch. So I thought I'd go live this morning. Whether anyone will come on, I don't know. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see the turn up. But anyway, do you know what? This white hair is really annoying me because it makes it look like I've got stuff in my beard. Massive white hair there. Look at that. One big white hair. God, I'm aging. I need to cut that one out in a minute. Anyway, so I'm back. What have I been up to? Okay, I've just sat down. I've filmed, I've edited and put together my Defending the Dud episode 2 for Speed 2 Cruise Control. It's exporting now to upload. And I don't know when I'll put that up live for, but there we go. So I just yesterday I went to Bromley. I took my father to Bromley. But I went I'll tell you why I went Bromley. I went Bromley because the other day when I was in Bromley, they got their Christmas market there, and they were selling chestnuts, warm chestnuts, and my dad loves warm chestnuts. I didn't buy him none because by the time I got them to him, they would have been cold because I was in Bromley for a meal. But I took him there when I took him shopping yesterday. I thought, I'm going to drive you to Bromley, and I took him there and I got him his warm chestnuts. But while I was there, I didn't look in HMV really. I didn't. I passed by it, and I quickly popped in Poundland and I picked up for £2 a Pacific Rim. Even though I've got Pacific Rim on 4K, I love the lenticular. And lastly, I picked up this here lenticular for it. Great condition, £2. That's all that came from Bromley. But yeah, that's nice. I couldn't leave that behind. I always look for a lent. If there's a lenticular, it's really nice. I haven't got, and it's cheap. I will grab it. Why not? Look, fabulous. There we go. So yeah, so Speed 2's been done. Speed 2 Cruise Control. Defending a Dud. It comes in at about 21 minutes in length, actually. Because I've got to look at the problems with it before I build it back up, so to speak. So yeah, I enjoyed doing it. And at the end of that video, I do put up 3 options chosen by people to choose for my next Defending a Dud. These aren't going to be weekly. They'll be sort of ad hoc, so to speak, as and when kind of a scenario with it. But we'll see what happens there. So, at the end of last week, I went to the comic shop. I got comics. So I'm going to have a look through because I've got nothing to talk about. There's no one on yet. So, here we have issue number 4 of Blade Runner Black Lotus. Gareth asks, what am I drinking? I can adjust the camera for you, mate, so you can see. A nice cup of tea. It's too early in the morning for anything else. No, actually, to be honest, Gareth, I don't drink alcohol, and I've not drank alcohol in 25 years now. Oh yes, it's a good mug, isn't it? It's a nice mug. Yeah. Where did I get this from? Did this come out of like a set with socks, or was it an Easter egg mug? I can't recall. That's a nice mug. I'm always on the lookout for mugs. I've got loads of mugs. Yeah, I can't remember if that was an Easter egg mug or just a sock, like a Christmas sock mug. I bought 2 new mugs the other day, and also I know someone has got me a little Iron Man mug for Christmas. I have that mug. I had it for Xmas. Yeah, it's yeah, it's a decent mug. Can't moan about that mug. So yes, so Black Lotus, Blade Runner. This is the comic book that continues the story from the anime TV series that we had a while back. And I did like the anime TV series for Black Lotus. I had to get a moody copy of it, a sort of bootleg, shall we say. So yeah, that's Jesse Aston. Have you begun moving rooms yet? If so, how's it going? I have not. That's at the beginning of December. I've got 2.5 weeks left of work. And my last day of work is the 2nd of December, right through, and I go back on, I think, the 3rd of January. So I've got the entirety of December off, which is fantastic. I do it every year. I have the majority of December off every year, at least 3 weeks of it. This year it's fell to be 4 weeks. So that's when that project starts, at the beginning of December. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the space that it gives me. I was a bit reluctant at first because it's a move. It's it's daunting to have to. Well, daunting for me. It's daunting having to move rooms. It's like so much hard work, and I'm quite a lazy person in that regard. It's like, just leave me where I am. Just keep me in the room where I'm at, and I'll be happy. But no, I've seen. I've got plans. I've seen. In my mind's eye, I know what I want. Same as this room that I'm sat in now. This is my dining room, and in my mind's eye, I knew what I wanted from this dining room with regards to like under there and some. But I want to repaint this room as well. I want sort of a dark greeny colour, almost like that chair there, almost like that going throughout. But yeah, so I have in my mind's eye what I need to accomplish at the end, and I had the same when I done my garden. I knew in my mind what I wanted to look like, and so I've got this image, and yeah, I'll get there throughout December. Yeah, we'll see. It's a project. I want to say it will happen. I'll do it as quick and as easy as possible, as to, in my terms, easy. Anyway, so here we have a new Predator comic, issue 4 from Marvel. Yes, Marvel now do the Predator comics. These were meant to have started a long time ago, but they withheld them, or they delayed their release strategy for Predator to coincide more with the release of Prey on Disney Plus, to try and sort of boost sales on Predator. I don't know how that worked out for them. As you can see, Monica Rambeau is getting her own series. This is what annoys me about the comic industry and the MCU, is that if you've got a character who's about to make waves on the big screen or little screen, you're bound to get a comic. Case in point, Kang. Yes, the future of Marvel is timeless. On the run with nowhere to turn, Kang makes a choice that will shake the very foundations of the Marvel universe. Now, Kang's a character, he's a villain. He's never been given his own series. But now, because, Ant-Man, Quantumania, and Kang's getting his own series. And I avoid these types of comics because it's the comics are written for the people who watch the programs primarily. And we have the Punisher here. The Punisher issue 7, current run. Now, I'll be very surprised if I see the Punisher in this comic pick up a weapon, because it's not what he does now. He picks up a sword. Because he's like a Ninja Punisher. And as a big Punisher fan, this I mean, look, what's this about? What's the glowing red eyes? It just winds me up going through it. I do read these, but I'm just flicking through to see, you know, he's fighting Daredevil with his little red eyes and his sword, samurai sword, and that's just bloody annoying. All right, so Daredevil's like using a cross on him to try and get whatever evil's in him out. You know, you know, you've got to get back to the original version of Frank Castle. It's this year's Frank. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. So again, and all this stuff with his wife at the end. I don't know what to think of this. I don't know what's happening with the Punisher. I really don't. Did I ever play any of the Punisher video games? Yes, I remember the old arcade game of the Punisher. You can actually, I keep seeing adverts for a little handheld games console. It's got loads of games built in, and that old Punisher, the old arcade one, is actually on it. And I'm really tempted for that, just for that. Did you ever play? Yes, the Thomas Jane voiced Punisher game. I played and completed many a time. Based that came about after the 2004 movie, didn't it? On the PS, I want to say it was on the PS2. I had it, if I remember rightly, and I loved the game. I loved it. It was very much based on the Garth Ennis. I can reach it. It's right behind me. The Garth Ennis era of this book here, Garth Ennis and Max Dillon. And if this is something you've ever read, there are elements in this with the zoo where people killed with the animals in the zoo and all this sort of stuff. And I think you've got elements like that in the game. So on this page here, you can see the anaconda. Because I think in the game you lift people into a piranha tank, don't you, if I recall rightly? Which is taken right out of here on this page. Yeah. And one of the best moments, because this is Garth Ennis when Punisher was sort of very comedic. I'll go into that. I mean, you can see where he punches the polar bear. We ain't got a clue. And then run past this woman, and the polar bear just tears her to bits. Chasing him, it stops and tears her to bits. So he's trying to get her too because he's got no weapons. And it's a sorry, let's do that. Yeah, when I say comedic, Garth Ennis, that was still approved by the Comics Code. So Garth Ennis hadn't started the Max run of the Punisher, which was the more adult-orientated Punisher comic. So the violence in that was more humorous tone, and the game did play into a lot of what happened into that comic book. Mark from Blue Harvest, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping well, Mark. Yeah, that I loved that Klingon, that Bird of Prey Playmobil set, but I'm not sure on the size of it. That's the only issue that I have with it. I'd like to have seen it a little bit bigger, but it was lovely. It was lovely. Who is better, Nick Fury, the Hoff, or Samuel Jackson? I actually, I did review the Nick Fury one a little while ago. I think I watched it and reviewed it, and I had fun with it. That was obviously made as a TV pilot, but never took off. I thought David Hasselhoff was great in the role, and I can't remember it. There's a line in that film that's so quotable, but yeah, I can't remember it. Oh wow, there's a line he delivers, and oh no, that's it. She said, "That's it." The bird says to him, "I'll see you in hell," and he turns around to her and says, "We'll do lunch." I think that's a fantastic line. But who's better? Well, Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is based upon a version of Nick Fury that was created for the Ultimate comic line. The Ultimate comic line was a line of comics that were introduced in the sort of early 2000s with Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four they'd done, and Ultimate X-Men and this sort of a thing. And it was kind of a sort of jumping on point for new readers. It was a series that was done to encourage new people to come across who can jump into Spider-Man at the start of Spider-Man, and it goes from the beginning again, and tells its own stories, but it starts with that conception of the character, that origin story, but brought more into the modern day. And it was more of a well, I've lost my train of thought. Spider-Man, a modern day retelling of Spider-Man, written by Brian Michael Bendis, and it was fantastic. It really was, and that's where that Samuel Jackson came from, the Ultimates. So, Samuel Jackson's a far better actor than obviously David Hasselhoff, but he was great as that version of Nick Fury, and I'd love to have seen more on him. It is a big piece, but I don't know. How does it, next to the Enterprise, how does it look? Rosdol's Broken Spirit, The Identity of Jack the Ripper. I know it's Ask Me Anything, but doesn't mean I've got the answers, does it? Jack the Ripper, The Identity. Still open to debate, that one, isn't it? It's been mulled about for a long, long time, and I've not got the answer to that. But anyway, so this week here sees the last episode of The Walking Dead coming about, and I'm very interested in how they're going to end The Walking Dead. I have a theory that even though they've announced the Daryl Carol spin-off and a Negan and Maggie spin-off, and they've shown an image of them filming the Maggie and Negan one, I've still got my doubts about who. I expect someone big to die, and that this is all just a sort of a ruse, shall we say, to make the audience believe that said characters are safe, so you do get that shock factor when one of those characters ends up getting killed, which I believe will happen. If they did do a spin-off, if there is a spin-off with Maggie and Negan, or a Daryl spin-off, I'd rather go with the Maggie and Negan version, because far more interest in the character dynamic there than seeing Carol and Daryl, or Daryl on his own. I don't think what's his face, he plays Daryl's a strong enough actor to carry a series on his own. He never has been, and also he's been in it since day one of The Walking Dead, so has Carol. So time to move on, I think. But there we go. But these comics here are like a reprinting of The Walking Dead comics in colour, which was never done before. The Walking Dead was a black and white comic book, and I've read through them. I've read them all. I've actually got them all in black and white, and I am now re-getting them in a colour format. Well, not much colour to this one. Very sort of tonally bleak. Young Carl Grimes there. The wings out straight. It's nearly as wide as the Enterprise. Okay, all right. I may get it at some point. I may get it. I think my next one will be the Ghostbusters car. I've got a build of. I did do the Knight Rider one, which is coming up soon. I've done a time lapse build on it, which was pretty pointless, really, because there wasn't much to it, was there? The Knight Rider build, apart from all the little accessories, there's not much to it, which was unfortunate. But it's a nice piece, but just nothing there, no substance in the way of putting it together. AK says, morning AJ, how are you doing, mate? I love your comic book collection. What are your plans for the whole of today? Okay, well, I'm back to work tomorrow. I'm back at the office tomorrow, so I'm having a chilled day. I have filmed my this morning, and it's uploading now, my Defending a Dud episode 2, Speed 2 Cruise Control. Yes, so that's doing now. The rest of my day, I don't. It's a miserable day out there. I've got no plans to go out. I'm just relaxing, taking it easy, chilling before having to get up and go back to the office tomorrow. I've got 2.5 weeks left to get through, and then just 2nd of December, my last day, and then I'm done. Yeah. Kevin Moore, can't stay long. Just in your collecting new miniseries, Secret Invasion. It's a sequel to the old one. First issue is good. No, I've completely overlooked that. I've completely overlooked that Secret Invasion. I was saying a bit earlier, Kev. I don't like Marvel comics. Kind of annoy me now in that everything is based upon something that you're getting on screen. And no exception. I mean, Secret Invasion, it's no wonder they've done a new Secret Invasion sequel, given that, you got Secret Invasion miniseries just around the corner. And I was just saying, I was just flicking through like Predator, and you got a Monica Rambeau series coming because of her, being in WandaVision now, going into the Marvels and that sort of a thing. And I don't like that because it's like they're being written for to entice people from outside of the comic collecting community, as opposed to being written for those people who have collected for a long time. And I'm not a big fan of that. Dan from Oceans over in Australia. Hiya, Dan. How are you keeping? Even though I just thought I'd pop in and say hi, but going to bed now. Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. I much appreciate it. But keeping on that Marvel comic front, I do have the latest issue of Moon Knight. Although this is one that I'm sort of considering of dropping off. Saying that, it's on issue 17. I can't see it going much beyond issue 22 or whatever. Marvel have a tendency to drop their comic series after maybe about 20 issues. So, and I am behind on reading this one now as well. And obviously, this came about simply because of Moon Knight as a TV series again. And that part, yeah, it's that all over again. AK says, I love Knight Rider series, plus Michael and Kit are fantastic. I have no plans. I usually go for a walk after dropping my younger daughter to school. Yeah, it is raining now. It's raining right now outside. Not much, yeah. Why do I want to go out in that? I would, but my missus is at work. My wife's at work. I've got no reason to go out. So I'm just putting that book back. There we go. Just putting that Punisher book back in there. So, what else have we got here? Okay. Transformers Shattered Glass. Yes, from IDW Comics. I'm a huge Transformers fan. I love the channel. I don't collect toys or anything like that. But comic-wise, it was one of my earliest introductions into comics. And I, to this day, I still read Transformer comics and collect. I've got hardback books that cover all of the Marvel UK and Marvel US original releases from Marvel back in the day. 100 hardback books reprinting everything up to into the IDW era, where they stopped and continued with their individual issues. Spot on there. Marvel focuses more on getting new subscribers by adapting comics to act as prequel to movies, TV shows. Yeah, and that's the annoying part of it. It's kind of like because obviously Secret Invasion, Civil War, these are comics, Ragnarok, World War Hulk, all these are comics that were done prior to the MCU and that the MCU have adapted off of, which is fantastic. But now it's kind of a reversal of that, and the comics are adapting themselves out of the TV shows. And from a business perspective, I totally get that, because obviously comic sales are like that compared to film sales. So your comic audience is that, your film audience is that. So it makes perfect sense to try and get more sales from those people by making the comics accessible to them, but at the same time it's kind of dismissing your long-term readers. So for me, Marvel is kind of, I kind of gravitate towards the characters that have not got TV series or upcoming TV series, that sort of thing. That's how it works for me now, which is a shame. So I do go for. Although I will say one thing. I'll show this. I am currently reading Savage Avengers. Now I only jumped onto it at issue 6 because of the inclusion of Punisher 2099. Yes, I did read Punisher 2099 back in the day. I loved it. I loved that 2099 universe. And it's nice to see a Frank Castle, well, not Frank Castle, Jake Gallows, his name is, not Frank Castle, holding a gun instead of a samurai sword. Fantastic. But it's nice to have this character back after so long and unceremoniously killed off at the end of, I forget the little mini-series they done at the end of 2099. But having Jake Gallows back in a comic, you know, I can't argue. Love it. I'll give that Thomas Jane the Punisher film. I love the Thomas Jane Punisher film is my favourite one. AK, it's really good. Pete, how you doing, Pete? I'm okay. Currently been watching Peacemaker. Nearly finished the series and really enjoyed it. Just ordered Doom Patrol season 1 and 2 to give a go. Peacemaker was great. I loved Peacemaker. I was a bit reluctant at first because I didn't like the Peacemaker character very much coming out of the Suicide Squad, in that I didn't like him because he killed Rick Flag, and that really wound me up. And so and at the end of it, you've got no, why would you like this character? There's nothing likable about him, if you know what I mean. Nothing compelling, nothing for you to follow him, because he was quite a nasty individual. But I thought the TV series was great and gave a great he felt bad about it. It dealt with that sort of a thing and the issues he had with killing Rick Flag. And by the end of it, I grew to love the character in that setting. In that he's not really a character I've ever read in comic or anything like that. But yeah, it was a great series. Any other DC shows you'd recommend? I've been looking at Pennyworth. Pennyworth is great. Pennyworth's a really good show. The funny thing with it is that it works without that DC connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Alfred Pennyworth program, because the idea of doing an Alfred Pennyworth show is a bit silly. It's a bit of a silly idea, like who asks for this sort of a thing, and that sort of a scenario with it. No one who wants to watch Alfred Pennyworth as a young man, but as a TV series, it is really good. So that's one. Yeah, that's a good one. Also, Titans is very good. Titans. These are ones that are sort of outside of the whole CW verse. Titans is sort of alongside Doom Patrol as it was an HBO Max series, and that's just started its 4th season. It's 4 seasons, so worth a go. And obviously Pennyworth has just started. Well, I think it's close to concluding its season 3. But yeah, both of them are good. good business going for comic books collections like you and others who do love comics. Would love to keep collecting and talk about it on channels. I wasn't a comic book fan. Yeah, I like talking comic books. The only reason I've got these ones here beside me really is because I hadn't opened them yet. I picked them up from the comic shop, and it would just give me something to pick up and talk about if there was no one about. I love the Peacemaker character as John Cena in the Suicide Squad. Yes, he kills the character in the film, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, it was a thingy. So moving on, yeah, it was. Yeah, I enjoyed him in Peacemaker more than he's a good. I like John Cena. I don't mind John Cena. It's just the way that character was written in. I mean, he had some great moments in Suicide Squad, but by the end of it, you're left like reeling because he becomes like a bad element, I think, within it. But you know, he has a sort of redemption in Peacemaker, the TV series that I liked. So anyway, so then we have here that I do pick up the Mandalorian. Now, when Marvel first announced a Mandalorian comic, I was quite excited because it's the Mandalorian. However, these are just essentially adaptations of the TV series. So a sort of comic book adaptation of the episodes. One issue is one episode. That being said, I'm still getting it. But why Marvel wouldn't do a Mandalorian, a comic following the Mandalorian in his earlier days, I don't know. I got no idea. And it looks like, which I won't be getting, a Yoda comic. I don't read many Star Wars comics. But I like the Mandalorian. However, it looks like the art's getting somewhat. I don't know. I got to question the art in it. I don't know whether it's getting worse off or not. But there we go. And speaking of Star Wars, I've just ordered myself a Star Wars. What's the word? What do I want to say? A collectible, a Star Wars collectible. It wasn't much, only 20 quid. So I'll do an opening of that when it comes. I won't spoil what it is, but I'm quite excited by it. So here we have, now moving on, issue 16 of King Spawn. Look at that cover. That's a fantastic cover. It's one of the cheapest comics on the market at the moment. They haven't shifted the price up like all the other comic companies have on the Image titles. But yeah, I'm really like into Spawn at the moment. I've really sort of had a sort of reawakening with this character. Spawn was Image Comics' second ever comic released after Youngblood, and I don't know. I've just got I read it for about 100 issues, stopped, went off of it, and more recently got back into Spawn, and I bought the compendiums, which are these thick books, about 50 issues in a piece. I've got the issue 4 of that compendium is out in December, so I'll be getting that. So it's the first 200 issues. Then I've sort of started at about issue 297 again with Spawn, but I am reading King Spawn, Scorched, Gunslinger Spawn. Yeah, I'm not really on this Spawn kick. Kevin's just off. Last thing if I shoot off, Batman, yes. 10. I knew there was a lot of variant covers. I didn't know there was 10 variant covers. I've pre-ordered the glow in the dark cover and a couple of the others, but I have seen some of the other covers, like where it's with Poison Ivy and with Catwoman. I don't think I'll get all 10 of them, but I'll certainly get a couple. Spawn Batman did team up once before a long time ago, so I'm looking forward to that. Thanks a lot, Kev. See you later, mate. I love Star Wars, my favourite films of all time. Cool. What one's your favourite film, AK? Very nice cover on the Spawn comic. That's good. Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, it's a nice cover. Nice painted image. Todd McFarlane is the fella who brought us Spawn, who now runs McFarlane Toys as well. I'm hoping for a Spawn reboot film, or a remake, so whatever you want to call it, reimagining, whatever you want to call it as. My tea's gone cold. Yes, so I'll move on because I've got another bag here of. See, I get this stuff off of eBay, but my local comic store, instead of posting it to me, they'll just hold it for me because they know that I'll be coming into it at some point. Oh, here's one for you. This goes back 30 years, 30th anniversary, and I had to get this as a 30th anniversary edition. The Death of Superman. Yes, 30 years ago, DC Comics killed Superman off to Doomsday, character of Doomsday. Now, this was a big event back in the day. This was a massive, huge event, and what happened was people went crazy for it. People went crazy for the Death of Superman 30 years ago because the comic industry hadn't done anything like this, and it was publicized in such a way that we are killing Superman off, and it was a frenzy. And this comic sold out within a day, within less than a day of it being released. And people who weren't even comic book collectors rushed to comic shops, because up in central London at that point, there was probably about 7 different comic shops, and people who weren't even comic collectors went and grabbed this comic. The main issue, the special edition version, was in a black sealed bag that when you opened it up, it had like a black armband in it. It had a poster of a news report. It had a poster of the Tombstone kind of thing, up there, a trading card, and all this sort of stuff in it. And and within 24 hours, this comic was trading hands upwards of about £80. Yeah, you could buy it for about £2.95, and in 24 hours you could sell it on to someone else for 80 quid. So everyone was buying multiple copies of it, me included. That sort of speculator mentality that I hate now. I really hate it. But that's not to say that didn't exist in me at the time. Of course it did. I was younger and silly. Nowadays I don't get into that speculator mentality. I'm going to buy 2 of something so that I can sell it online, or sell it on eBay to make a little profit. I dislike that sort of mentality, but it's their own. People do that. I believe collecting is collecting. But yeah, so and this comic was just, it was fantastic. And this is like square bound special edition issue that opens up. You can see the cover opens, give you some more, and I think it does it on the back as well. No, it doesn't. It opens up to three pieces like so. And inside, what's this? Oh yeah, and obviously it led to the introduction of 4 other Supermen, one being Steel, John Henry Irons, who's still about today, and you may see him. You've seen him in Lois and Superman if you've watched that. Different, sort of more of an Iron Man armor in that. You had a cyborg Superman, sort of Terminator style, shall we say. You had a new version of Superboy who was cloned from Superman, and you had the Eradicator that was a Kryptonian sort of being type thing that wanted to keep the heritage of Krypton alive, even by killing Superman at the time before that. And then Superman finally returned with a sort of mullet, long hair, with a black suit and silver S. And it was, so this is just like a sort of, I don't know, it's reprinting some stuff. Looks like it's reprinting some stuff and giving us a newer story, but I'll read that at some point. My favourite film, Star Wars was Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Growing up loving the fan. Yes, Empire's the best film, of course it is. Superman, one of my favourite superheroes from DC. How many comics have you in the collection, AJ, in total? It goes into the thousands, mate. I've been collecting since I was about 11. So, and I've always kept. I've got multiple boxes upstairs, and I probably will next year start sort of a series where I go through my comic boxes, having a look at what I've got. I appreciate that this is more of a film channel, but I want to do it as a way of keeping track of what I've got. Keeping track of what I've got, and if anyone wants to join me, if anyone wants to come live, let me know, because I've got the link here. Have it as an open chat. If anyone wants to pop in, let's see if I can post that. How can I post that? Invite, copy that link, copied. I'm trying to copy it. I can't try and paste it, but I'm not having it. Oh, I was hoping to be able to paste it in the copy. There we go. Look at that. There we go. I don't know if anyone can copy and paste that. If they want to join, come on and say hello, feel free. So then we have here variant cover for Ghost Rider. Now, Ghost Rider is a comic that I am reading currently because it's because he ain't got his own TV series or anything like that, or potential film coming out. So I know I'm not reading something inspired by TV, shall we say. Ghost Rider's a good, Ghost Rider's an interesting character. Well, he's a visual character more than anything else, as opposed to being a, because the Ghost Rider himself isn't too much of a character. He has the ability to take down the Hulk. No, Ghost Rider's the next cover. Well, they did write it that way. What have been some of your favourite special edition releases of the year? Are we talking? We're talking physical media, obviously. I like the Dog Soldiers one. I thought that was fantastic. I liked the I like the Dog Soldiers one. I like the Thing. Was that this year released? I think it was. And I liked. Okay, I'm not gonna. I've got someone who's using the stream, but you're coming in using my own name. Then I'm not going to allow it. But no, actually, let's have a look. What you got to say. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
AK Movies.
Oh, you're okay. All right, mate.
Yeah, I tried to do this for the first time. I've never done it, so I tried.
Brilliant. So we got AK on. I didn't know it was. I thought you might have been, because he said it says AJ Movie Place. I didn't know who it was. What name?
Yeah, I typed AJ Movie Place, so I entered your stream, so that's why.
So we got AK on. AK, so nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's good to hear you as well, mate. I enjoy your content. You're fantastic.
Yeah, I like yours. It's just a shame these people tell you can't film in places.
Yeah, it is a shame. It is.
It is indeed. Well, that's it. What can we say? So what have you been up to, mate? What have you been doing? I haven't watched your latest video yet. You done a pickup video, didn't you?
Yeah, I just picked up Bollywood films and picked up some CNX pickups. You probably saw. So I'm into this stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's nice seeing your channel grow and all that. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm doing my best. Yeah, doing my hunting videos. Try to shoot where I can shoot with I'm loud, CNX and all that way. I go to work on Saturday and yeah.
That's great, mate. I'm glad you've popped in.
I thought give it a go if it works. If it works, it's fine. If not, I'll try again. I'll just try that.
Well, no, there you go. Now we know it works. We can get you onto some of the other streams that we do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk. So what's your favorites? You say Empire Strikes Back is your favorite Star Wars film, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, 100%. I'm grown up watching those films. Huge fan. Huge fan of Canon figures. Huge fan. Why? Those
Yeah.
was my time. Yeah. I miss those days. I used to cry on the supermarkets when my mother or my dad used to say, "Oh, buy, buy. Why not let him buy?" I was a fan. Yeah, I was like that. My little daughter, same as well. She's like that as well. She wants this
Yeah.
toy. I just buy it. I just buy it for her. I like to see my child happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's see. I've got oh no, that's you. Look, I've got a message
Hmm.
from you.
Mm.
AK says, "Oh, that's amazing. Do you have the time to read? Which one are you most happy comics I've bought?" Yeah, I do. I do read most of my comics. Yeah, they're to be honest, right, with comics now, there's very little words in them. They're not very wordy things anymore, which is a shame. So they're very quick reads. But my favourite's all my Punishers. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
all my Punishers. You know.
Yeah, I need to
So
give this character a go because I was a fan of Batman and Superman. I love Wonder Woman. I need to give this character a go and give my thoughts. I never seen
yeah,
any Punisher
yeah,
stuff.
go with the Thomas Jane one.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
that's the best one. That's the best one to go with, I'd say.
yeah. So the trailer looks probably will come. I'm into action films, so I
Yeah.
enjoy. Yeah.
What's your favourite action film?
Oh, my favorite will be Terminator 2.
Okay, all right, cool. That's good.
Star Wars, Ghostbusters, original Ghostbusters, the Turtles, He-Man. I'm a big fan of He-Man as well. Grown up with He-Man. So yeah,
So, you was born in the 70s, weren't you? Is that right? Am I
80,
right?
80, 80s.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, you're a child of the 80s. So
Mm,
yeah, because I grew up with all that stuff.
yeah.
He-Man, I love. Ghostbusters cartoon, Transformers.
Mm,
Yeah, all very good. Um, let's just put this message. Andrew says, I have the first publisher comic edition with the blue small round Punisher badge. That's the Marvel UK first edition, which is about yay big, which is, when you take a normal comic, it's somewhat bigger. With a Mike Zeck, I think it's a Mike Zeck drawn cover. Yeah, I've got that edition myself, Andrew, still in the collection. So okay. Have you got any plans for this week? When are you next going out and looking about filming?
Usually go on a Saturday when I go to work. I
Okay.
usually have a quick look on before I go to work. So like I start about 3 o'clock in the game. So I have to go 3 hours. So I'll go in town, quick look, do filming, and if I do pickups, I do video.
Okay, cool. So did you do Asda and that yesterday?
No, I didn't. I will go this week, probably tomorrow because it's raining heavily. Maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Yeah,
Yeah, it's raining
have
all
a
over,
look.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's raining heavily. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love your channel, man. You're too amazing. You're my favorite. Also, Matt, I enjoy. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Keep it up.
Appreciate the kind words, mate. Appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, always, always.
Good. It's good to have you on.
Yeah.
I did wonder at first if you was going to be my troll that I get following me about all over the place, but you're not.
No,
When I saw
I'm not.
AJ movie plays, I thought that's someone trolling me.
Yeah, I typed it. I typed it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was your place. I want to type in and try. If it works,
Yeah,
it's
that's
worked.
fine.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
cool. In future, put in your own name, AK.
yeah. I do that. Yes, I do
Other
that. Yeah.
viewers know that it's you got your channel. Put in your channel name.
Yeah, this is all first time for me. That's why I
I
thought
know,
give
mate.
it a go.
No,
Yeah,
but it's good. I
yeah,
didn't know it was.
yeah. It was me. I apologize for that. I
No,
mean,
don't be silly. Don't apologise. You
yeah,
just threw me a bit at the point
yeah.
where you had the name. No, it's great.
Mm.
It's wonderful stuff.
Yeah,
So cool. Good stuff.
yeah. I'm just sitting down on the heater. It's raining. Nothing to do. I was making food for my daughters. I was cutting salad for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I usually do that. I usually go walk, drop my younger daughter to school, and I go
Yeah.
straight to walk. So yeah, looking after my health as well,
Good.
and
Goodness. Yeah.
eating right. Eat because I was a sugarholic. That's why I have
Oh,
to cut the sugars because I had this diabetes,
you had a
borderline. So I have to stop. I have to reduce because my mother had diabetes. That's why she passed away. So it's not
oh,
good.
yeah, no, it's best got to look after your health. I've got a
Mm,
sweet tooth as well, though. I do love sweet things.
mm.
Although I do find them a lot more sickly now as I'm growing older.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I was a fan
sweeter.
of custard and cake. I used to eat a lot of meringue pies. I was a
Yeah,
huge fan of sugary. So I have to think because I'm getting into 40s, I have to stop. It's not good.
yeah. I had a lemon meringue pie on Sunday, actually.
Ooh,
Heated up.
ooh,
I know.
nice.
It was nice.
Yeah, huge
I
fan
only
of
had.
lemon meringue. I remember those days.
That's right. So, what's your favourite cartoon from the 80s then, AK?
He-Man, Ghostbusters, Turtles, Tom and Jerry, Power Rangers.
If you had to
Um,
choose one of the other, what would be? If you could only have one left, if you could only, they said to you, you got to get rid of all your cartoons, you can only keep one. What one would you keep?
He-Man.
Okay, all right. I'm surprised you didn't say Turtles.
Yeah, Turtles I love as well. I love these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He-Man.
Okay. He-Man's a good choice.
What about you? What about you? What was your favorite back in the day?
I,
Growing
I'd
up.
have to go with Transformers.
Oh, okay.
I'd have
Mm,
to keep Transformers. Yeah, they were comic wise, it's I still, like I said, I still read Transformer comics.
yeah.
So I've got that much of it. I do read, you know, I read occasionally. I'll read a turtle comic,
Mm.
but most recently I read one called The Last Ronin,
Oh, okay.
which was basically a set further in the future of the turtles, and all the turtles were dead bar one.
Oh, okay.
So it's very much a sort of post-apocalyptic future where the turtles are now, they're a thing of the past, but one still roams about, one lone turtle, as a sort of hidden ninja, defending the good, so to speak. And that was very good. That was a very good read. But I don't normally read the standard sort of comics, turtle comics. But when they do a one-off or a mini-series that's set outside of the standard sort of what we know as the turtles, then I'll read it.
Yeah.
It's a bit different, but yeah, that was really good. That was a good book.
That's good.
But has anyone in the comments got any questions for AK while we're here? Because the comments have gone quiet at the minute. So I'd like them to come, liven up a bit.
Where's Matt? Matt's not coming?
I think Matt's he might be listening, but I know that he's working.
Okay. Where does he work, if I don't mind asking?
I don't really know, actually. I don't know who he works for. I think he's working from home, though. I'm not entirely sure.
That's all right. No worries. That's fine.
Yeah. It's a conversation we had, but do you know what I mean? It's not no one would have ever heard of.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like in and out of my head, so to speak. But yeah, are you still doing you're still doing your football thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all gone funny. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I'm doing football and rugby.
Okay, yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, I love it. I love rugby and football. I'll go to work, so when it's match days, I attend. So
Do you
enjoy
do
it.
rugby ones as well, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. All right, cool.
So yeah. Was
So-
my
so you
cousin? Yeah,
Go
sorry. You carry on. Sorry.
No, I'm saying so you get to see all the players and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, seeing the players, usually working on the gates and checking the tickets and all that, and it's good fun. I'm
Okay,
very
yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Okay,
Also
good.
in football is enjoyable because I'm into more football than rugby. So now no
Yeah.
rugby better than football. So yeah, it's good stuff. So
And
many fans come. Yeah, if the team wins, happy. I'm happy. If the team loses, it's not good for the fans. Yeah,
what team do you support?
United.
Okay, all right, cool. I don't
Mm,
actually. I don't follow football.
mm.
I haven't even got a team.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah,
I'm not overly big into sport, to be honest.
yeah.
I don't mind. Well, don't mind. I don't know. Sport, even playing sport. It's I used to do. I used to run.
I used to run.
Oh, you put me on speaker.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Mm. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So I used to run. I used to be a runner. I used to run for clubs and that sort of thing. I used to do that sort of thing when I was younger, but that came to a head when I sort of had my motorbike crash, and I couldn't walk for about 5-6 months. Well, it took me about 2 years to heal. The injuries that I had actually took about 2 years to heal, but I couldn't walk for about 5 months.
Oh dear.
And then had to, well, I can still run now. I can run now, but obviously after that, the weight went on, so I can't run nowhere. Well, I'm older now, mid-40s, Christ.
Oh.
But yeah, so I stopped with that. I used to play golf quite a bit as well, but now I just go. I like going out on my, not really a sport, but my pastime, going out on my supboard, on my, on the out on the sea or in a river on my bodyboard, not bodyboard. Yeah, the big long ones that you can stand and mosey up and down the river because it's easy. Dimension Scott's about. How you doing, mate? How you doing, Dimension? Are you all right? Big superhero fan himself. I was looking through some comic book pickups earlier, Dimension, in the video, just sort of, and having a little talk about them. Here's another one. I don't know if AK remembers this. Do you remember the Garbage Pail Kids?
I know about it, yeah, but I never read comics.
It was a trading card set from the 1980s.
Okay.
And they recently brought out comics tie-ins with them, and I'm sort of like nostalgically revisiting that series.
Nice.
And to speak of Spawn, there's another Spawn cover.
Cool.
That's actually the ongoing Spawn comic. That's issue 335.
Nice, man. Nice.
Have you seen Spawn, AK? Have you seen the film?
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's a comic character that came back in the early 90s. The film isn't particularly good, but it's a film that I like nonetheless. It's not it's a bad film. I can't recommend it, but it's I like it just because I love the character.
Yeah.
But it's a poor film.
Yeah.
Bad film, but there we go.
So
what are your plans for Christmas, AK? Anything good?
Yeah, my daughter's birthday coming, so very happy. So do the decorations and all that. Set the Christmas tree and the decorations. And
Wait, is your daughter's birthday, is that actually on Christmas Day?
Yeah. It is.
I thought so. I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's very special, man.
Yeah, but I'm sure she'd be happier if it was in June or July.
Yeah, she was born on Christmas Day, so yeah, there you go, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Brilliant stuff. Cool. I don't know why I've lost the... Oh, no, there we go. That's why I've lost it. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so I've been on an hour. I'm going to end it up, AK. Thanks for joining.
Okay. Nice to talking to you.
Yeah, you too. We'll get you onto the chats with all us lot on at some point. Now you can do it. Now you know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun, man. It's fun.
That'd be
Time goes
great.
quick.
Yeah, it does. It flies by.
Yeah. Yeah. When you talk to someone, time goes quick, and yeah, it's enjoyable. Enjoy your content and Matt. Yeah, keep doing the good work, and yeah, I'm
Yeah, you too,
supporting
mate.
you.
You too.
I will support
Mancave
you
movie
every time.
says soon. Sorry.
I will be supporting you and Matt all the time, whatever happens.
It's appreciated, AK, and you keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Anyway,
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Have a good day. See you soon. Take
You
care.
too.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.